Okay, you may have missed this, most people did. But the Honduran government has just pulled off the most blatant case of hypocrisy in years. And I mean years. Last week, while the country was watching Honduras' men's soccer team lose to Brazil in the Olympic semi-finals, the Supreme Court approved a change in the constitution allowing presidential re-elections. It essentially declared that the rule in the constitution forbidding re-election was itself unconstitutional, thereby opening the way for the re-election bid of conservative President Juan Hernandez. Now, this might not seem like such a big deal. I mean, a lot of countries allow for re-election, but in this case, the ruling was huge. Why? Because it is the exact pretext that the Honduran Congress, Supreme Court, and the military used to oust leftist President Manuel Zelaya 7 years ago in a military coup. Let me explain. In June 2009, Zelaya was preparing to hold a non-binding referendum to ask the Honduran people if they would support a constituent assembly to change the constitution. This had been a demand from social movements for years. One of the items they might debate at this future assembly could be the issue of presidential elections. Right-wing officials saw their chance. They said that it was a power move by Zelaya to stay in office, and they launched a violent US-backed military coup which sent Zelaya into exile and unleashed a crackdown on Honduran social movements and human rights defenders that exists until today. In other words, the Supreme Court has just approved the very thing that Zelaya was taken out of office for. Why? Well, President Hernandez holds tremendous power over the courts and the legislature, and he's been pushing to be able to run for election for over a year. Now he can, despite the fact that it's something that only a third of Honduran citizens support, and despite the fact that it was the pretext for the 2009 coup against then-President Manuel Zelaya. The hypocrisy is suffocating.